Now, if you are wholesaling in today's market and you are not doing these 5 things, you will ultimately fail. Number 1 is daily sales training. Number 2, if you don't know how to comp a property. Number 3, if you're not utilizing multiple marketing channels. Number 4, if you're not following up. And last one, number 5, and probably the most important, if you're not using creative finance as an exit strategy for your sellers. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. The reason why we're talking about why you'll ultimately fail in wholesaling is because things have changed a lot. A few years ago, anybody could get into wholesaling and get a deal. It wasn't that hard, and everybody was a wholesaler. But now you really have to dial things in and really know what you're doing. And so that's what brings me to the first one, daily sales training. If you're not the one doing your calls to your sellers and your team is doing your calls, they need your help. You're going to have to get in there every single day and turn them into a closer like yourself. And you're not going to be able to be following up with every single seller, so you're going to need an acquisition manager, and you have to implement daily sales training so that they know how to close those leads that come in. Second way you will ultimately fail is if you don't know how to comp a property and budget a rehab properly. Otherwise, you're going to be pushing out properties that no one wants to buy. I would say that this is probably one of the hardest things about wholesaling. And there are lots of ways that you can learn how to comp a property. The best way is YouTube. But practicing comping a property and running budget rehabs is really going to dial in your prices and your offers that you can give to sellers. And so this is going to be something very important for your wholesale business. And if you're not doing it right, you'll never make it. The third thing that you must be doing in your wholesale business is utilizing multiple marketing channels. And there are several different marketing channels. Some of them are paid and some of them are free. If you don't have a lot of money right now and you're just starting out wholesaling, there are several free channels that you can implement. But if you're just utilizing one channel inside wholesaling, then ultimately it's not going to work for you. And we're talking about in the long run. You might find a deal. Actually, you will find a deal if you stick with it. But in order to make this into a scalable business, you are going to have to utilize several different marketing channels. And so as you utilize one, build that up and then add a second one as quickly as you can. Build that one up and add a third one. You want to get to at least 5 within a 3-month period. The fourth thing that you need to implement in your business is a very specific follow-up system. Sure, you might be following up with your sellers here and there, but I'm talking about a relentless follow-up system. Every single lead that comes into your CRM is a little piece of gold, and you never want to let that little piece of gold go. We always say follow up or die. And what does that mean? It means you're not going to let that little piece of gold go until the seller has either sold their property to someone else or they've passed away. And even then, you're going to follow up with their heirs. And a very good follow-up system is key to a successful wholesale business. I cannot stress this enough. If you are not implementing this in your business, you will never make it in wholesaling. The fifth, and what I deem to probably be the most important, is if you are not utilizing creative finance in your wholesale business as an exit strategy for sellers, then you are leaving so much money on the table. Most wholesalers, I would like to say, are one-trick ponies. What does that mean? That means the only thing that they're offering their sellers is a cash price. But that doesn't work for everyone. And so if it doesn't work for a seller, then, oh well, you throw it away like it's a piece of trash. But what have I said? They're gold. There is so many creative ways that you can finance properties I won't go into all of them. You can definitely watch my YouTube channel to find out some of them, but even seller finance, making payments. Sub 2, buying a property with the mortgage still on the property. And 3, novation agreements, which is a whole nother thing. However, creative finance is going to be key to helping your wholesale business get to the next level. So you must be utilizing creative finance strategies for your sellers. Now, I know I've talked about all the things you need to implement into your wholesaling business. If you're not doing daily sales training, not using multiple marketing channels, don't have a very rigorous and specific follow-up system, and the last one, if you're not utilizing creative finance strategies for your sellers. Now let's talk about the bonus. And what I want to do here is I want to tell you the reason why this is a bonus is because this is actually going to increase your bottom line. So, of course, you want to be more successful in your wholesale business by implementing all those things we just talked about. But in order to make more money in your pocket and increase your bottom line, you will want to start flipping some of those properties yourself. So you become a buyer. And you're not just selling all your properties to other buyers and letting them collect the big checks at the end. I think it's super important that at some point in your wholesaling career, you start buying your own properties and flipping, and that's just going to add to your bottom line and keep you going in this crazy market that we have going on right now. Now, I know I just packed a lot into this YouTube video, and so please go back and watch it again and as many times as you need to. If you have any questions about the things that I talked about, I have a lot of resources in my YouTube channel. You can go back and watch other videos, as well as go follow me on Instagram and send me a message. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.